we're living in a society where we eat processed food every single day. More and more people are getting obese, and I don't see those numbers going down. Probably the number of obese people are going to keep going up and up. And I must admit, I'm far from perfect. I love my crisp in the evening. I love my Magnum when it's warm. I love baking, so I use sugar when I bake, and I bake probably quite a few times a week. So I'm far from perfect. And I want to see how my body will react if I don't eat processed food for 1 week. Will I feel better? Will I feel more energized? Will I have headache? Will my skin look better? I really want to see what I will feel if I don't eat processed food for 1 week. Will it be difficult? Probably, because usually I have a tendency of choosing the first and easy option. Like if I got to Starbucks, I'm gonna have like some egg bites, but I won't be able to anymore because it's processed. In the evening, I won't be able to have crisp anymore. In the morning, I cannot have turkey bacon, or at lunch, I cannot have anything from Asda because most of it is processed. So I'm gonna need to find a way to work around it and to make that challenge work. But on a note, let's this challenge begin.
Put that cookie down now!
So day one and dinner time, I made something quite simple and easy. Asparagus, tuna and eggs. So something quite nice and easy. Actually, my mother-in-law went to Market Spencer and she's like, do you want some tuna? And it's like, well, yeah, I love tuna. So I made tuna for myself and I made crispy beef for my wife because she doesn't really like tuna and salmon and all of that. So I made that for myself and crispy beef for her. So yeah, that's quite nice and easy to make. Like literally in 2 minutes it's done. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit stressed for tonight. Not stressed, but I'm kind of wondering what I'm gonna eat for snack. Because usually snack time is like that, you know, have like yogurt with protein powder and all of that. But of course I can't because protein powder is really transformed. So I cannot have any protein powder. That's where I'm gonna need to find something else to have to snack on by staying in the challenge because it's day one, so I cannot mess it up tonight. But yeah, I'm gonna just need to find something else for snack. But for the day is so easy. Tomorrow I need to go to work, so I need to get everything ready because if I don't get anything ready, well, I will have nothing to eat because the only thing that I have next to me is Asda, but not like a big Asda, literally a petrol station Asda. Everything they have is transformed. The only thing I will be able to find is all raw chicken or fruit, and fruit won't keep me full. So I need to get everything ready for tomorrow. Anyway, I'm gonna eat that before it gets cold. Right, so I am home and I'm absolutely starving. I'm gonna make lunch-ish, but it's a bit difficult because when I'm doing the early, so I need to be at the gym at 5:30. I usually have breakfast at 6, then I have like a snack at 10, and then something around 1:30, 2-ish. So usually that's kind of lunch. But because today I finished at 11 because I'm on reduced hours, I did breakfast, like really, really light. Then I had kind of one bite of chicken at around 10. Then lunch, like the rest of my lunch was like chicken and asparagus that I quickly had like that, like on the go. And now I train and I'm absolutely starving and I don't know what I want because it's already like 2:30 and I'm gonna eat in about 2 hours, like proper tea. I don't want to fill my stomach too much, but I still want to eat something. And because I cannot have anything processed, I'm thinking eggs, probably a couple of eggs. And the only rule I keep in the challenge is lactose. I can eat cheese because I need some source of fat, so I keep cheese in the challenge. I don't have any crisp or all of that, so I keep like non-processed food. But the only process I keep, even is processed, some people will say it is, some people will say it isn't, is cheese. So I'm thinking omelette and feta and cucumber. So I'm thinking that for lunch. So I'm gonna make it and I'm gonna show you what it looks like when it's done. Right, I'm gonna show you how I make kind of homemade burger. So of course it's like so easy to make and I usually put that on a salad. So I'm gonna show you to do it. So usually what I use is a minced 5% fat and cheese. Usually I will go for like the lactose-free one, but because my wife's gonna eat with me, I'm gonna do the real cheese, low-fat cheddar. Always try to go for low fat. It saves you a little bit of calorie, but and I promise you, you won't taste the difference. So for that, you're gonna need a scale and 500 gram. And what you want to do is have 5 times 100 gram of beef, so if you like the same amount of it. The amount of cheese, it's up to you. If you are someone who really like cheese or someone who doesn't really like cheese, like or how much calorie you can have as well if you count your calories. But 100 gram of beef. Make sure to wash your hand first, and we're gonna go for 100 gram. Here we go, 100. Then smash it down, and then that's where I add the cheese. So I don't really calculate the cheese, I just put like a small amount. I put it in the middle and I just roll it over. We make a ball and smash down, and that's done. Then put salt and pepper on it and it will be perfect. And then when your burgers are done, you just put them on the heat until they're done. You can make some guacamole on the side if you want a little bit more fat. And then you also can put everything on a bed of salad. So it's really quick and easy. It literally takes 15 minutes to do everything. And cooking the meat there will take the longest, because making the salad literally 2 minutes. That in 2 minutes is done. Guacamole 2 minutes, and just the cooking part. So if you want a quick and easy dinner, that's the answer. Low carbs, high fat, and high protein. So what more can you ask? Right, I'm just back from the gym, and on the way back, I decided to stop at Co-op to get like some food, and I had no idea what to eat. After a bit of thinking, I decided to have tuna. I don't know if you can classify it as processed, because if you look at the ingredients, they literally have tuna fish and spring water. Yes, and I can, but can you count that as processed if there's only 2 ingredients? That's something that we can debate about. For me, if there's like only 2 ingredients and those 2 being fish and water, I don't consider that as processed food. But let me know your thought in the description if you think that's processed food or not. So I'm gonna have tuna with nectarines. Okay, like here is something I need to talk about. In Belgium, we have a dish called pêche au thon. I'm gonna put the picture on the screen. I know it doesn't sound appealing whatsoever. So usually it's a nectarine with, usually like in a canned nectarine, with tuna with a bit of mayonnaise, salt, pepper, and ketchup. And we serve that as a appetizer. I hate sweet and salty, something that I really cannot stand. But the only sweet and salty I can stand is tuna and nectarines. I know you're probably gonna judge that taste, and I will totally understand. But first, try it. Of course, I won't put any mayonnaise and ketchup because it's processed, so I can't. But to replace the mayonnaise, I'm decided to have a bit of cheese to kind of bring a little bit more tanginess, a bit more flavor, and cucumbers for a bit more volume. But usually, if you try it, try tuna, nectarines, salt, pepper, mayonnaise, and ketchup, and try it. I know it sounds really crazy and the picture is not appealing, but I promise you it's really good. And today is 26 degrees, it's like 27 in the flat, so it's gonna be really refreshing after the gym. I'm gonna show you on the screen what it looks like when everything is ready, and also see if it's worth it to do it by yourself, or if it's actually not as good as I thought it will be. Anyway, I'm gonna start to get everything ready because I am absolutely starving. And my dog is in front of me, just sitting, waiting for some food. So I'm gonna feed her before she starves. Again, she had food before I left, so she's totally fine. She's 14 and she loves eating. So I'm gonna feed her before she starts pushing her ball around. Right, so my shift is done and I'm gonna have lunch. So I have tuna, nectarine, cucumber, and feta. So exactly the same that I had yesterday. I am obsessed with that at the moment. It's so good. I had that for lunch and snack yesterday. I really, really love it. Everyone who is British is judging me at the moment. Trust me, if you're from Belgium, you will understand the love for tuna and nectarine. But tonight we're gonna have chili, so I'm gonna put on the screen what we had for dinner, and I already know that it's gonna be really, really good. I'm really looking forward to it. But now I am going to train, and then we have 2 more days left of the challenge. And at the moment, it's going really well. The only thing I was saying is the snack. I'm mostly struggling with that because I had yogurt, and usually I put yogurt and protein powder, but it was not keeping me full. So I had yogurt and fruit, but I could eat the full part of yogurt. It's like a part like that. I was just hungry. I think it's because it's so liquidy that it feels more like liquid than actually food that you need to chew. So what I had for snack yesterday is exactly what I'm going for lunch now, and that kept me a bit more full. That's my only thing I'm struggling with is the snack part, but I'm really enjoying the challenge at the moment because it made me think about like new recipes and new ideas that I would not have on a normal day because I got quite like not a regimen diet, but it's kind of always the same. I stick to the same recipe, I stick to the same breakfast, I stick to kind of the same lunch, and it's only my dinner was changing because my evening snack is also the same. So kind of getting myself out of the comfort zone, and I like that. But anyway, I'm going to eat lunch, I'm going to train, so I see you tomorrow. Alright, challenge is over, and it was actually easier than I thought it would be. I was quite stressed for the snack, but the day I found out the tuna snack with cucumber and feta, it made the challenge so much easier because I could eat something that kept me full. And I realized on the longer term that my yogurt, with even with the protein powder, was never keeping me full. But that was. It's probably something that I'm going to keep in my daily routine. Maybe not tuna, but maybe like some chicken or something like that. Something that's gonna keep me a bit more full than yogurt and protein powder and fruit. So that's already something that I'm definitely gonna keep into my daily diet. I'm not gonna lie, one part was also difficult is when my wife was eating crisps in the evening, and usually we always share a couple of bags, like mini bags, not the big one, like mini bags of crisps. Well, then I couldn't because it was processed, so I couldn't eat it. I've said, okay, 5 more days before I can eat some. So that wasn't pleasant. That's something that I'm not gonna stop doing because, well, I enjoy it and we share and we kind of share the guilt. So that's something I'm gonna keep doing. But for the other snack, that's something I'm gonna change. Lunch wise was actually no tea and lunch or dinner and lunch was actually the easiest. I never have processed food during my dinner time because I don't eat any carbs. So I don't have fries and all of that. So all my dinner time are always non-processed food. Lunchtime when I'm at work is sometimes something I struggle to because I may have like kind of a beef steak or like a biltong steak, or I may have some oat with some protein powder and some yogurt. So all of that is something to change, and I needed more preparation. And sometimes I was hungry and I had to wait until I got home to be able to cook. When I was working, I sometimes had some chicken with me for breakfast instead of my oats. I had maybe some tuna with me instead of my biltong. So I really had to find a way to adapt it and think in advance, or if I'm gonna do any classes, if how long my shift gonna be, am I gonna train after, will I have time to eat? So I had to plan it before and usually take more with me just in case I was getting hungry. Am I going to keep the habit? Probably, but maybe not in that extent. For example, I didn't really enjoy the chicken in the morning just because then my stomach was kind of full with dry chicken, and then I had to jump on a bike, and that made me feel really sick. But if I have like a bit of yogurt with protein powder, it's easier for me to digest. To conclude this video, there's a few habits that I'm gonna keep doing because it keeps me fuller, and I think I feel healthier, I feel better, and I feel less guilty when I eat them. But there's a few habits that I won't stop because I actually enjoy it. I enjoy, like I said, sharing the crisp with my wife. I enjoy my biltong at work because it's something quick and easy. But for the rest, I'm gonna keep my evening snack healthy. I'm gonna try to change my breakfast in the morning on something healthier and less processed. I'm gonna try to be more prepared for work, to have less processed food at work, because I also know it's healthier and it's gonna be better for me. In overall, it's been a really good challenge, and probably gonna do the challenge again. Maybe not for YouTube, but for me, I'm definitely gonna do that challenge again because I actually really enjoyed the challenge. But on the note, if you like the video, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.